When we think of the Middle Ages, we imagine crowned kings, knights with swords in hand, and queens sitting quietly beside them, beautiful, silent, submissive. But what if we were completely wrong? What if some of these queens, behind the tapestries, behind the prayers, behind the veils, were, in fact, the true masterminds behind the thrones? Queens who ordered deaths, who negotiated with assassins, who commanded armies, and who, in secret, terrified even their own kings. Today, you'll meet 4 queens, not just powerful, feared, forgotten, erased. But now, the truth begins to rise from the shadows. The mother of the manipulators, Isabella of France. They called her the she-wolf of France. Sounds like a dark fairy tale, but the fear she inspired was very real. Daughter of Philip IV, Philip the Fair, granddaughter of warrior monks from the Templar Order, Isabella was born into a world of betrayal and power. At the age of 12, she married Edward II of England. To the court, a sweet, obedient child. To Isabella, a golden prison. Edward ignored her. He preferred the company of his favorites, like Piers Gaveston and later Hugh Despenser. But Isabella, she watched, she waited, she planned. Years later, during a mission in France, she never came back. At least, not alone. She returned with an army of mercenaries and a new lover, Roger Mortimer, a power-hungry noble. In 1326, they took London. Edward fled, but was captured. Isabella had him imprisoned, and some chroniclers say she ordered his death in a way so brutal, even they refused to write the details. She ruled in practice for 4 years, until her son, Edward III, came of age. She was removed, but never forgotten. Some believe Isabella founded a network, a sisterhood of noble spies, operating in the shadows, across generations. The iron-fisted queen, Urraca of Leon and Castile. In a time when women were traded like property, Urraca dared to rule by right. In the year 1109, she inherited the thrones of Leon, Galicia, and Castile. Her father, Alfonso VI, the king who reconquered much of Iberia, but the kingdom she inherited was fractured, ambitious, treasonous. Her marriage to Alfonso I of Aragon was meant to be a powerful alliance, but it became a war. He wanted full control. She refused to be just a consort, and so they fought, husband against wife, army against army. She faced betrayal from nobles, condemnation from priests, even plots from her own son, and yet she ruled for over 20 years, with diplomacy in one hand and steel in the other. In 1915, a letter from a court abbot surfaced. It read, "Better to serve a tyrant king than a queen with eyes like a storm." What did he see in her court, and why did so many try to erase her name? Her forbidden name, Melisende of Jerusalem, 12th century. Crusaders killing in the name of faith, warrior monks digging for sacred relics, and a woman caught between East and West, claiming the throne of a holy city. Melisende, daughter of Baldwin II, and an Armenian princess with noble blood and rare brilliance. She was born to rule, but even her father didn't believe she could reign alone, so she was married to Fulk of Anjou. He tried to rule without her, and then he died. A fall from a horse. Mysterious circumstances. Very mysterious. After that, Melisende ruled alone. She held the city together during one of its most dangerous eras, local legends say. She guarded a hidden relic beneath the Holy Sepulchre. Some claimed it was a Templar artifact. Others, an apocryphal gospel filled with forbidden visions. It was lost in later invasions, or maybe, just maybe, it was hidden. The Black Widow, Eleanor of Aquitaine. No queen in medieval Europe lived longer, ruled more, conspired harder than Eleanor of Aquitaine, heir to one of Europe's largest feudal empires, married Louis VII of France, went on the Second Crusade, then divorced him, and married Henry II of England. 2 husbands, 2 kingdoms, 2 empires. But Eleanor wasn't just a queen, she was a strategist, a political architect. Some say she dabbled in forbidden Cathar rituals, that she was keeper of a codex passed between queens since the time of the pagans. Inside this codex, poison recipes, war tactics, forbidden prayers. The codex was never found, but echoes of it remain in letters, seals, and whispers of the occult. Real, or a myth to cover a woman? Too real for the medieval world? The Codex of the Queens. These queens weren't footnotes. They were the plot twists. Warriors, spy masters, mothers of empires. How many others were erased? How many ruled from the shadows? And the biggest question, could that codex still exist? Hidden, locked away, waiting. What do you think? Drop your theory in the comments. Like, share, and get ready. Because in our next video, we're diving into the most absurd laws of the Middle Ages.